on WRDE Coast TV.
We're starting August with clear skies, cool temperatures, and some patchy fog. We're seeing sunny weather with pleasant conditions the next couple of days with more humidity and some storms for the end of the week. I'll have the details coming up.
A plea for more police, why the Dewey Beach Police Department is asking for a few more officers for its fleet.
Deadly Del Mar crash. The information learned so far about a crash that results in the death of a woman and leaving a teenager in critical condition. Eastern Shore Fire, the effort to get this one under control on the hundreds of thousands of dollars in estimated damages. Launch countdown is on, the latest mission from Wallops Island and the best viewing places to see this rocket head to space.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. I'm Matt Pensick. Paige Marley is off today, and we have reached the 8th month of the calendar year. Clear skies and a full moon for the early morning hours. Let's get right to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. So far, so good on the month of August. Looking beautiful out there, except for a little bit of patchy fog, so watch out for that. 5 miles in Salisbury right now. I did notice some thicker fog driving in this morning up into the Milton area, 9 miles into Ocean City. Clouds and radar, well, aside from the fog, we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, and we're looking at clear conditions all across Delmarva. We've got a cold front sliding through, and this will usher in lower humidity and a gorgeous day for the area. 67 Georgetown, 68 in Millsboro right now, 65 in Milford with Rehoboth Beach at 68 degrees. And the wind starting to come in from the north, and we're going to see that today out of the northeast with lower humidity, beautiful conditions. And we're looking at lower 80s by noon. I think we're topping out in the lower 80s later today. Inland 70s along the beaches. And then by this evening, looking really nice and very pleasant. In fact, pretty cool as we go into tomorrow morning. Perhaps the coolest morning we've seen in some time heading into Wednesday. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. We are checking in on Dewey Beach. Pretty quiet for 5:02, approaching 5:03 this Tuesday morning. Got Coastal Highway here and Bellevue Street. Town officials continue to have concern about an uptick in crime. And this summer's increasing gang activity and teenage crime, the Dewey Beach Police Department is asking for more officers to staff their fleets year-round. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is in our newsroom. HDK, the Dewey Beach Police Chief, is asking for 3 additional officers.
Good morning, Matt and Bob, and happy August. The first day is always the best day of the month. I have here with me a letter from the Dewey Beach Police Department, specifically the chief, asking for 3 additional Dewey Beach police officers. Let me go ahead and break this letter down for you. The chief of police says it's been increasingly hard to staff the minimum requirement of 8 officers per 12-hour shift. If an officer is out with an injury or asks for additional vacation time, it automatically puts the department behind, she says. The chief also says it would require them to pull from outside departments less. As we all know, when they typically rely on officers from surrounding beach towns on a busy summer weekend. Now finally, and I think this is the most interesting, the chief says there's just a greater need than ever as Dewey Beach grows. We all know how big that beach town is getting. You know, it's only a few miles long, but people are moving there. This meeting is going to be on Friday at 4 p.m., so we'll have more for you after that. Back to you.
Now, Heidi, you reported earlier this summer about an increase in gang activity, loitering, teenage crime, but the Dewey Beach Police Department, they're saying this request for more officers is not linked to that.
Matt, I actually find this interesting. They do talk a lot about these issues that have been on the rise over the last few months, but they say they're not actually linked. This has actually been in the works for a long time now, deciding to staff more of their forces a little bit more fully as it grows. But of course, they said that this will benefit and hopefully shy away from some of this criminal activity. Back to you.
All right, Heidi Kirk, thank you. We got some developing news this morning as Delaware State Police investigators attempt to gather more information about a 3-car crash Monday in Delmar. It resulted in the death of a 51-year-old Delmar woman. It happened on Route 13 just west of Snake Road at 6:15 a.m. in the morning. According to state police, a 19-year-old Seaford man driving south swerved across the grass median into the northbound lane, hitting the Toyota Camry driven by the Delmar woman. The impact forced her car to hit a Monte Carlo driven by a 64-year-old Salisbury man. The Delmar woman was taken to the hospital, where she later died. The 19-year-old taken to the hospital in critical condition. 2 other men were hospitalized but are expected to survive. You can head over to our app and website, WRDE.com, for more details. New this morning, Delaware State Police are investigating the crash that you're seeing on your screen. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, a van crashed into that tree yesterday morning. This happened on Harbison on Hollymount Road. The agency says that the van left the road for an unknown reason and crashed into the tree. The driver of the van did not require EMS services. Happening tonight, a rocket launch at Wallops Island, according to the NASA facility. This will be a Northrop Grumman CRS-19 Antares rocket. It's the 19th Northrop Grumman expedition, and it is a mission to resupply the International Space Station with cargo it needs. Wallops Island officials say the best viewing sites are the Ocean City Inlet, Southern Delaware Coastal State Parks, and, of course, Chincoteague Island. The launch is scheduled for 8:31 p.m. New development is being proposed for Zor Road in Georgetown. The housing development called Rayleigh Farm would bring 646 single-family houses to the area. It would also cover over 300 acres of land. The developers say today that this project would be an active adults community for people 55 and older, and it is needed for a growing retired population. But some neighbors in the area say the infrastructure simply can't sustain this kind of growth. There is a public hearing scheduled for Rayleigh Farm on August 24th. A weekend fire on the eastern shore causes hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage, and how this fire started, still not known. The Maryland State Fire Marshal has released some information about a pole building fire in Queen Anne's County. We have some pictures to show you of the extensive damage right here in this photo. The fire marshal estimates $800,000 in damage. Investigators say it happened on Amber Way in Chestertown around 2 in the morning Saturday. Crews spent about an hour getting that fire under control. No injuries were reported. More legal troubles may be on the horizon in the coming weeks for former President Trump. This after a new defendant made an appearance in a Miami courthouse. NBC's Drew Petrimo shows us what could lie ahead for Donald Trump in the midst of his presidential campaign.
With a grand jury in Washington, D.C. expected to meet this week, former President Trump could be in for more legal trouble, this time over his actions in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Trump is already facing numerous charges over his handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago.
These are ridiculous indictments, and all they're doing is hoping for massive election interference. That's all they want to do.
The newest defendant in the classified documents case arraigned in a Miami courtroom, free on a $100,000 bond on charges he sought to delete surveillance video. The employee allegedly telling another Mar-a-Lago staffer the boss wanted the video deleted. Meanwhile, barricades are up in front of a courthouse in Atlanta, where a district attorney is investigating Trump's efforts to overturn election results in Georgia. The DA says charges could come this month.
The work is accomplished. I mean, we've been working for 2.5 years. We're ready to go.
Trump's GOP rivals are trying to convince voters to give them a look amid all the legal drama.
To clarify, you don't believe that former President Trump could win a general election against Joe Biden?
I don't think so, because I think that there's too many voters who just aren't going to vote for him going forward.
But polls show Trump with a commanding lead in the Republican primary, just weeks before the first GOP debate.
And legal troubles are also a concern for the Biden campaign, even as the president vacations in the Rehoboth Beach area. Closed-door testimony on Monday in Washington by the former business partner of Biden's brother James and Biden's son Hunter states that while as vice president, Joe Biden was involved in conversations with foreign businesses. Those businesses paid members of his family nearly $5 million. Well, we still have a lot more news to get to in this edition of Coast TV News Today. Coming up, it was a sad day in Hollywood. Euphoria star Agnes Cloud died at the age of 25. What his family shared about the actor in a statement. Also, Georgetown dealing with a bilingual police shortage, the challenges that this has created for law enforcement there. And new updates for X in the battle of the sign the social media platform put up over the weekend. The action San Francisco has taken against it. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.
More on Coast Life. We're celebrating everything tomato. Then dive into STAT Summer Camp where students explore varied interests. Plus, learn vital self-defense tips for your safety. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
I traveled through time to change history for the better.
We can't find him.
Everything's changed.
Where are you, Ben?
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, WRDE, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
The water in your home is not supposed to smell, taste, or stain, and it won't with a design from Shore Water. Well, you need a sediment filter, a chlorine filter, a bacteria-destroying UV light filter, or a smart water softener, removing 100% of the iron, including the clay, guaranteed. Call today at 302-732-9002 or visit us on Facebook for a free water test and a free system design. Affordable, refined water guaranteed, only from Shore Water Refining.
It's 5:12 on this beautiful start to our month of August and our Tuesday as well. Do watch out for a little bit of patchy fog. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam showing mostly clear skies. Good visibility there. And we have temperatures right now into the 60s, 67 in Georgetown, 68 Bethany Beach, 64 in Delmar, and 63 in Redden right now. You can see the visibility is down to 5 miles in Salisbury, so you will hit some patchy fog. We're looking at mostly clear skies otherwise, and we do have a cold front that will be drifting in as we go through time, and that means we're going to be seeing a beautiful day. But watch out for the morning fog. We're seeing the yellow light for that, so use caution. And then heading home, the green light, sunny and pleasant and great visibility and beautiful temperatures.
We have a road closure in Georgetown to tell you about. According to DelDOT, Patriots Way is set to close between Avenue of Honor and Zor Road starting today. That closure will go through Wednesday, August 23rd. During that time, DelDOT says crews will be placing a crossroad pipe. Detours will be in place. Got developing news out of Greenwood. A new restaurant is in the works as part of a renovation plan. According to Greenwood officials, the building that previously housed Andy's Pizza will soon have a Wayback Burger. Building is located on East Market Street. According to the town, the expected opening for the restaurant is next month. And Greenwood officials also say that the liquor store there will still operate out of that building. The giant glowing X sign atop Twitter's office in San Francisco has been removed. The company is now being fined for installing the logo on the roof without a permit. According to the Department of Building Inspection in San Francisco, a notice of violation was issued to the property owner of the X headquarters on Friday. Residents in that area, they were not pleased as the sign pulsated light, illuminating the surrounding buildings. The city building department had logged at least 24 complaints after the new logo went up. Taco Bell facing a lawsuit accusing the fast food giant of false advertising. A New York man filed the suit in federal court Monday. Class action suit seeks to include other Taco Bell consumers who were disappointed in their meals. The lawsuit claims that Taco Bell's advertisements do not look like the menu items served. For example, the man says the Mexican pizza he purchased did not appear to have a similar amount of beef and bean filling. Taco Bell has not responded to the accusations. Well, after the break, Georgetown struggling with a shortage of bilingual police officers, the impact these officers have on the people and culture in the town.
And it's a beautiful start to our day. A little bit of morning fog. Here's our Gateway Subaru Cam looking good along the coast. And it's going to be a beautiful day with lots of sunshine, lower humidity today. And that lasts into Wednesday. Then some rain and storm chances later in the week. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next on Coast TV News.
Telemundo presents the most ambitious reality show in Hispanic television history. Los 50, The Lion is King.
Este es mi reto.
As 50 celebrities compete for $350,000. Drama, rivalries, alliances.
Si tú me buscas, me vas a encontrar.
Tranquila, que si no ahorita te tranquilizo, mami.
Are all just part of the fun. Who will be the last one standing? Los 50, Monday through Friday, only on Telemundo.
Never miss a game for your favorite local team. Take the DSN app with you wherever you go. Whether you're out to eat, camping with friends, or at home relaxing with your family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post Time on Delmarva Sports Network.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about, so let me handle the ride home. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
5:17 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. A look into Ocean City. This is our Hershey Exteriors camera there. Got some wind blowing. You can see the flagpole in the distance there, but everything looking pretty calm so far as we start our Tuesday. Mega Millions drawing day, Bob. I got my tickets yesterday, made it a priority. Did you do the same?
Not yet. But when it hit that 1 billion mark, you know, the bells started going off, and I told my wife, and I said, it might be time to buy the ticket. I think we're going to pull the trigger today. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to get our $500 million. So looking forward to that winning ticket as we go through this evening. What are the odds? 1 in 300 million, something like that. Hey, you got to be in it to win it. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Visibility this morning, well, it's 5 miles in Salisbury. Other places, it's a little lower. It's patchy fog, so make sure you use those low beam headlights. And temperatures are in the 60s, 68 in Millsboro, Georgetown 67, Milford 64, 64 in Selbyville, 68 Bethany Beach, and Rehoboth at 68. It's going to be even cooler as we go into tomorrow morning, maybe some upper 50s showing up. How about that? Wind speeds are coming out of the north, and that's a direction that will bring us drier air throughout the day as we're looking at mostly clear skies this morning. Once again, a little bit of patchy fog out there. Otherwise, that burns off into mostly sunny skies. There's a cold front that will be sliding through, and that will be turning our winds to the north-northeast later today and ushering in that cooler and drier air. Again, another reinforcing shot. Now, here's Futurecast at 7 a.m. We've got temperatures into the 60s and 70s. By 9 a.m. into the upper 70s inland, lower 80s. Millsboro back through Selbyville around noon. And then by 3:30, we're looking at lower 80s inland, 70s along the beaches. Just beautiful. Then we go into the overnight. And with high pressure and light winds by tomorrow morning, look at this. Well, it was skipped by it, but Wednesday morning at 6, right around 60 in some places, maybe some upper 50s in others, so really nice. And then by tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures back into the low 80s with low humidity, some 70s along the beaches, and a few more clouds into tomorrow night. We've got the winds coming out of the north and northeast for today, ushering in that cooler air. And then we'll see winds shift to the east as we go into Wednesday, and then they start to come in out of the southeast and eventually the south, and that will increase the humidity by the end of the week. But we've got a couple of days where we're in the comfy zone as far as the humidity, and then it starts to creep up Friday into the weekend. And speaking of Friday, we are going to be looking at some showers and maybe some thunderstorms and maybe some heavier rain as we go Friday into Saturday. We'll be watching that, but I think things do start to clear out for the weekend. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 84 on today, Tuesday, 83 Wednesday, 84 on Thursday with a few showers and storms. A better chance of that rain on Friday. And then into the weekend, we're looking at mid to upper 80s with mostly sunny skies. And yeah, 90 is back on Monday. And we have an umbrella winner. It is Charles Corbin from Hebron, Maryland. Congratulations, Charles, on your brand new umbrella, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
All right, thanks, Bob. A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. They're right there on your screen. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM, 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7. Well, happening today, a way to build a better relationship between people and law enforcement in a community. Several of them on Delmarva are doing just that with National Night Out events. Now, here are the communities celebrating National Night Out later today. Lewis and Milford, also Laurel and Blades, Greenwood, and Ocean City. And we do have an article on our app and website that explains what each of these National Night Out celebrations will have for people to do, what time and where they take place. Developing news in Georgetown, the police department there looking to hire officers. The big challenge is the need for officers who are bilingual. Census data shows 39% of Georgetown's population is Hispanic or Latino, and yet the department only has just one full-time bilingual officer for thousands of people in Georgetown who don't speak English.
To best handle our calls for service to our Hispanic community, we have to be able to have somebody who speaks the language fluently so that we get the best information that we have. The only way to do that is have bilingual officers.
And the Georgetown Police Department will have applications for people to fill out today, Tuesday, at that National Night Out event that we spoke about. This will be at the Richard Allen School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Still ahead, Hollywood lost a young star yesterday. The details Agnes Cloud's family is sharing about his life. Don't go anywhere on Coast TV News today.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So, for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka of Salisbury.
Living a good life means being healthy. But what does it mean to be healthy and stay healthy? It means getting the right kind of care. Right here. And convenient. It means having the right hospital to coordinate the delivery of health care for the entire community. Atlantic General Hospital. We'll put you on the right path to good health. And keep you there.
Performing out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime. except next July.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
Sad news in the entertainment world. Actor Paul Reubens, most famous for his role as Pee Wee Herman, passed away at the age of 70. The actor's shocking death was announced through his verified Instagram page, indicating Reubens had privately battled cancer for years. Reubens rose to fame in the 1980s and has appeared in countless TV shows and movies over his 4-decade career in the business. And unfortunately, Reubens was not the only star who passed away on Monday. Angus Cloud, known for his role as Fezco Fez O'Neill on the HBO series Euphoria, passed away as well. Cloud was only 25 years old, according to the Associated Press. His publicist shared that the star died at his family home in Oakland, California on Monday. In a statement released by his family, Cloud intensely struggled with the loss of his father, having buried him last week. And no cause of death has been stated. Well, we saw President Biden on the beach Sunday, and as we go back to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, looks like another good one along the coast.
Yeah, it certainly does. Make sure you have the sunblock with you. It is going to be a sunny one out there, and we do have temperatures warming into the 70s today for Ocean City and Fenwick Island as well. Rip current threat is low, UV index is high, and the waves are pretty low as well, around 1 to 2 feet. And then farther up the coast, Lewis and Rehoboth looking good for you. Temperatures warming into the 70s, and I think we're in really good shape the next couple of days, but then we increase the humidity, maybe better storm chances by the end of the week. I'll have more in your forecast coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Now let's check in on our Coast TV poll. We are asking, what is your favorite beach along the coast? So let's take a look at the updated results from last night. And so far, 33% say Lewis is their favorite beach. 24% say the state parks in Delaware. 20% Bethany, Fenwick Island. 14% Rehoboth Beach. 6% Ocean City, and 3% along the bay of Slaughter and Broadkill there in the Delaware Bay. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at WRDE.com or on the mobile app. Well, more to come after the break on Coast TV News today. A new proposed development gains traction in Georgetown. What the developers are saying about their plans for these homes. And Dewey Beach sending out a plea for more police. Why they said they need to beef up staff even as summer comes to an end. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
Toyota is a leader when it comes to electrified vehicles, with an exceptional selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, including hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric. Today, gas-electric hybrids are the popular choice, with a gas engine helping charge the battery, which means more freedom and less worry about range. Visit buyatoyota.com today to shop hybrid inventory near you. Toyota, let's go places.
The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
Jay Leno.
These French guys are smooth, aren't they? I do declare, Mr. Henry.
And Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kev's going to give you $100, right, Kev?
Bring their own twist.
Get out of here, really?
No, you get out of here. To a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life.
If I come home broke, my wife gonna kill me.
It's all fun and games.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE Coast TV.
Are you game?
Well, let's go, come on.
To take a spin.
I am ready. Show me what you got.
To take a chance.
There could be $10,000 there.
To make a guess.
Hilarious punchline.
You got it. Whoa. To take a trip. To Maui. To win it all.
Parting waves. That's it.
Then take a spin on the Wheel of Fortune.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
It's August 1st, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick, and it is 5:30 a.m. as we make our way on this Tuesday morning, and we're heading back to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, who joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. Certainly a beautiful start to the month of August. The summer is just flying by. We have a little bit of patchy fog out there. Visibility's not too bad. It is down to 5 miles and some fog and haze in Salisbury. So just take it slow and make sure you use the low beam headlights, and then the fog burns off as we go into mid-morning. Right now, we're looking at mostly clear skies all across Delmarva, and we have a cold front sliding through, and that will usher in some drier air as we go through the day. It is going to be a beautiful day, and we're starting out with temperatures into the 60s, and we've got, well, calm winds, but they're starting to come in out of the north, and that will be the case through the day. So temperatures into the upper 70s mid-morning, and then lower 80s, Millsboro, Selbyville around noon, and then into the afternoon. Look at this, low 80s inland, 70s along the beaches, just about a perfect 10 as far as days go. So it's going to be gorgeous out there. Today's checklist: don't need the umbrella, definitely need the flip-flops. Actually, that should be an X for the raincoat. Don't need that, but need the light clothing, sunglasses, and the sunscreen for sure.
All right, thanks, Bob. Now, we have a developing story to tell you about. After a summer of increasing gang activity and teenage crime, the Dewey Beach Police Department is asking for more officers to staff their fleets this year. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk's in our newsroom. And Heidi, the Dewey Beach Police Department's been considering this for a while.
Matt, this is interesting. I've got here with me a letter from the Dewey Beach Police Department that breaks down their need for 3 additional officers. Let me break down for you what's in this letter. So it's a big ask here. The chief of police says that it's been increasingly hard to staff the minimum requirement of 8 officers per 12-hour shift. If an officer's out with an injury or asks for vacation time, she says it automatically puts the department behind. The chief also says it would require them to pull from outside departments less when they typically rely on officers from surrounding beach towns on a busy summer weekend, as we all know. And finally, I think this is the most interesting. The chief says there's just a greater need than ever as Dewey Beach grows.
I think the more police officers that are seen, on a daily and nightly basis, makes the community feel like that they're well protected in Dewey. Dewey does have, approximately 20 liquor licenses in town, and they're growing as we speak. So, the more population that comes in, we want the town to feel that they're safe and secure with as many police officers as we can provide.
This meeting is going to be on Friday at 4 p.m., and we will have the latest after that. Back to you, Matt.
Okay, now, Heidi, this has the potential to be a big financial commitment for the town of Dewey Beach.
And Matt, this is going to be the biggest challenge. I spoke with one commissioner yesterday, and he said they're still trying to figure out the exact logistics here. They're going through the budget, figuring out which areas they can pull from and exactly how much this cost is going to be. But of course, we will have more on that after Friday's meeting. Back to you.
All right, Heidi Kirk, thank you. Well, the job openings and labor turnover survey for June, it's also known as JOLTS, comes out today at 10 a.m. Economists are predicting about 200,000 jobs were gained last month, while the unemployment rate is expected to stay put at about 3.6%. John Lawrence shows us how some analysts are starting to see a bright light at the end of the money tunnel.
The U.S. economy may not be metaphorically cruising down a highway, but it's maintaining a nice speed.
A year ago, nobody thought a soft landing was even possible.
Some economists do think a soft landing, which means a cyclical slowdown without a recession, could in fact happen.
Most of our clients are not finding this a down period, but they are finding it a period of high uncertainty, mixed views on the economic outlook, obviously navigating a world of higher interest rates that haven't been seen for many, many years.
Among the reasons for this optimism, data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics last week shows the economy is cooling, but still resilient. The U.S. gross domestic product, in layman's terms, the country's economic scorecard, also grew more rapidly than expected from April through June. On the flip side, inflation is still higher than the Federal Reserve would like, and there's still a chance another interest rate hike could come in September.
I don't think the Fed can or should relax the 2% target, but I think it can be more tolerant of a world where the inflation number starts with a 2, but we're on a glide path to 2.0, but we don't necessarily get there fast.
In other words, the threat of a recession remains, but right now, the glass appears to be half full. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And the Bureau of Labor Statistics is scheduled to release its June jobs report on Friday. Developing news this morning as Delaware State Police investigators attempt to gather more information about a 3-car crash Monday in Delmar resulted in the death of a 51-year-old Delmar woman. This happened on Route 13 just west of Snake Road at 6:15 in the morning on Monday. According to state police, a 19-year-old Seaford man driving south swerved across the grass median in the northbound lane, hitting the Toyota Camry driven by the Delmar woman. That impact forced her car to hit a Monte Carlo driven by a 64-year-old Salisbury man. Delmar woman was taken to the hospital where she later died. The 19-year-old was taken to the hospital in critical condition. 2 other men were hospitalized but are expected to survive. And you can head over to our app and website, WRDE.com, for more details. A new development is being proposed for Zoar Road in Georgetown. The housing development is called Rayleigh Farm. It would bring 646 single-family houses to the area. It would also cover over 300 acres of land. The developers say that this project would be an active adults community for people 55 and older and is needed for a growing retired population. But neighbors say that the infrastructure simply can't sustain this kind of growth, and there is a public hearing scheduled for Rayleigh Farm on August 24th. Got a reminder from DelDOT for drivers in the Georgetown area. Patriots Way is set to close between Avenue of Honor and Zoar Road. That starts today. That closure will go through Wednesday, August 23rd. During that time, DelDOT says crews will begin placing a crossroad pipe and detours will be in place. Still more news to come in our next half hour. The Great Barrier Reef is in a state of recovery. What a report stated about the condition of the coral reef. And the road to the finals begins again for Lower Sussex County softball. Last year's senior Little League runners-up return with a bang to Roxana. And a new act that would protect the people who protect us. How this would provide preventive care for firefighters. That's coming up as CoastTV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we're celebrating everything tomato. Then dive into Stat Summer Camp where students explore varied interests. Plus, learn vital self-defense tips for your safety. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
For weather coverage you can count on, get the WRDE weather app with live radar and severe weather alerts, plus a 10-day forecast. Download the free WRDE weather app, built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Delmarva Home Show Explore the hidden house gems here on the peninsula. Exciting tours of stunning homes, charming cottages, and luxurious beachfront properties. Designer ideas and insider tips to help inspire your home decor. Discover the best of Delmarva's architecture and interior design. A showcase of the most unique and beautiful homes on Delmarva. Start your tour Sunday mornings at 11:30 on WBOC.
5:39 on this start to August 1st. Beautiful start, and we're looking at clear skies, good visibility in Ocean City on our dry tech camera right now. There is a little bit of patchy fog out there. 64 in Delmar right now, 64 in Seaford, and a cool start at Redden at 61 degrees. I think it gets even cooler tomorrow morning. Visibility is not too bad. About 5 miles is the lowest I could find in Salisbury, but there is a little bit of thicker fog out there, maybe a little bit of cloud cover. Otherwise, we're looking at clear conditions. There is a cold front sliding through. Now we'll usher in drier air, and that means great weather to wash your car for today and tomorrow and even into Thursday. I think we could see some late day showers Thursday, but all in all, add the wax, have fun washing the car.
Protecting the people that protect us, U.S. Senators Tom Carper and Susan Collins have introduced the Federal Firefighters Cancer Detection and Prevention Act of 2023. And what this does, it will increase testing and screenings for cancer and active duty firefighters at the Department of Defense. Testing would be part of the annual DoD physical and would screen for prostate, colorectal, and breast cancer. Carper has also joined the Fire Grants and Safety Act, which ensures firefighters are given proper equipment and training resources.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
So up to morning with some softball highlights from right up the road in Roxana. Sierra Lewis, she's the real deal. Started in the circle and belted a solo homer to center. Lower Sussex Senior Little League starting to pick off right where they left off at the Senior Little League World Series a year ago. Later, one on for Bailey Ullman. You don't want to leave her a hanger over the middle of the plate. The lefty bashes that ball deep into the outfield. Not enough to go over, but it bounces off the base of the wall. Runner advances to third, so now Sussex with 2 in scoring position. Next batter, her sister, Ashley, following things up. She can barrel up the ball as well. A drive into deep right center field. Center fielder back on it, feels out the wall. Not deep enough to go out, but plenty for a sacrifice fly. All Lower Sussex from there as they top New Jersey 8-5 in Game 1 of the tournament. Their next game is tonight against Texas at 8 p.m. Up in the pros, clean sweep for the 3 cities around Delmarva. The Phils, they top the Fish 4-2 in the first of a 4-game set. Meanwhile, the Nationals topping Milwaukee 5-3. Joey Meneses hit his 8th home run. And plus the Orioles now 65-41 in the season. Their 4-2 win over Toronto keeps them a game and a half clear of the Rays in first place. Speaking of Baltimore, I'll be at Owings Mills today for Ravens camp. Follow along with @Delmarva Sports for updates throughout the day. That'll do it for sports this morning.
Popular fantasy adventure show and in-depth sports documentary series are back with new stories to tell. David Daniel takes a look in today's Hollywood Minute.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present. Hello? If what I saw is true, there's nothing to stand between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out.
Here's your first look at the second season of Loki. Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, and Sophia DiMartino return, joined by Ke-Huy Quan, as the God of Mischief continues his adventures. Loki Season 2 begins streaming October 6th on Disney+.
We were the 2 biggest people on YouTube, and it became a thing to hate Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's unlikely journey from the bad boy of YouTube to an equally polarizing and surprisingly successful boxer kicks off Season 3 of Untold, the Netflix sports documentary series. Creators Chapman and McLean Way say they were surprised by what they learned.
Here's a kid that boxing kind of saved his life and was suicidal and found this outlet in this sport and worked kind of his ass off to try and become a professional boxer.
Untold, Jake Paul the Problem Child is now streaming on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still ahead, environmental organization UNESCO releasing a report on the condition of the Great Barrier Reef. Why they say that, although it's better, it's not in the clear just yet.
Some of us are seeing some patchy fog to start the day, but not so on our Royal Plus camera in Ocean City. Looking pretty good there, and great weather to kick off the month of August. But we do increase the humidity later in the week with some rain and storm chances at that time. I'll have the timing on the rain and storms coming up.
Telemundo presents the most ambitious reality show in Hispanic television history, Los 50, The Lion is King.
Este es mi reto.
As 50 celebrities compete for $350,000. Drama, rivalries, alliances.
Si tú me buscas, me vas a encontrar.
Tranquila, que si no ahorita te tranquilizo, mami.
Are all just part of the fun. Who will be the last one standing? Los 50, Monday through Friday, only on Telemundo.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So, for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life,
the First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The WRDE First Alert Weather team. That's our promise to you.
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years. 93.5, The Beach.
5:46 on this Tuesday morning. Get a look at the Gateway Subaru camera in Ocean City, and you got some clouds there as the sun's coming up and giving us sort of that orangey, pinkish light as it hits the clouds. Overall, though, another comfortable morning while walking out this door. It's a great start to the week, great start to a new month.
Absolutely. We couldn't start the month of August any better, Matt. Looking beautiful out there. As you said, just a few clouds. Sun's coming up in about 15 minutes. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app. Lots of great information there. Our visibility is this morning pretty good, of 5 to 10 miles. Salisbury 5 miles. A little bit of haze and fire for you. I did notice a little bit of patchy fog driving in as well. Temperatures are nice in the 60s. Selbyville 64, Georgetown 67. Seaford 64, Greenwood 62, and Milford, you're waking up to 63. Winds are coming out of the north as we're seeing that cold front coming through, and that is going to be really good for today. That means we're looking at lower humidity with mostly sunny skies. But right now, we just have some high clouds floating through, a little bit of patchy fog. Aside from that, things are looking great. There's a cold front that is passing through right now, and behind it, it is Canadian high pressure, and there's no smoke with this one. So that's also another bonus. You can see some of the clouds moving out of that northwest flow. It's going to be a beautiful day. 7 a.m., 60s and 70s. And then as we move into the noon hour, we're looking at upper 70s, low 80s, inland 70s along the beaches. So just gorgeous out there. As we go into the heat of the day, we're going to be below average today, only around 82 or 83 inland, cooler at the beaches. And then looking great this evening for the launch of the rocket at Wallops Island. I think we're looking at clear skies and light winds. And then as we go into Wednesday morning, it will be a cool start. In fact, some places could be in the upper 50s. Look at Delmar, 59. As we go into tomorrow morning, where we have 70s along the beaches, a little warmer along the water. And then moving into Wednesday afternoon, another beautiful day with temperatures into the 80s, cooler 70s along the coast. Here are the winds coming in out of the north and northeast as we go into the afternoon. They'll shift to the east as we go through the overnight, then eventually start to turn to the south and southeast as we go towards the end of the week. And that will bring in more humidity and more warmth as well. But on the muggy meter, we are seeing dew points in the 50s. Very comfortable for the next couple of days. But then the humidity starts to creep up by the end of the week into the weekend, and it gets very muggy. And as we go towards the end of the week, it will be an unsettled end to the week with the front. We're looking at showers and maybe some heavier rain later Friday and on into early Saturday. We have to watch that. Then I think we do start to clear it out. For the rest of the weekend is looking pretty good. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 84 today, mostly sunny. 83 Wednesday, still lots of sun, low humidity. Maybe a late day storm on Thursday, 84. Better chance of storms, maybe a soaking rain, heavy rain on Friday. And then for the weekend, mid to upper 80s, still on the muggy side, but sunny, and maybe a few storms as we go into Monday.
All right, thanks, Bob. UNESCO has recommended that Australia's Great Barrier Reef not be put on a list of places considered to be in danger. Now, the organization has made the recommendation in a report released yesterday. The organization made the recommendation saying it did say that the reef remains under, quote, serious threat and that urgent and sustained action is needed to preserve it. The reef has experienced a period of recovery since 2019 following bleaching events in recent years. Well, after the break, a new lease on life, how doctors used a game-changing, minimally invasive procedure to fix a man's leaky heart valve.
Summertime. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. When I met you in the summer.
He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. Can't read my, no, we can't read my poker face.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Did you know when selling your house full of stuff or in serious neglect, buyers may request repairs and banks may not finance the deal? So you could hire cleaners and contractors, rent dumpsters, hold auctions, yard sales, or you could call a professional home buyer. If you need an as-is fast cash offer so you can walk away without making any repairs or even cleaning up, Delmarva Dave is here to help. For more information about Delmarva Dave, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post Time on Delmarva Sports Network.
The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Over 85 million individuals in the U.S. currently suffer from some of a form of cardiovascular disease. Among that number, those 75 years old and above are at the greatest risk, although open heart surgery often poses serious complications to them. Marty Schultz shows us that's why a team of cardiologists at a Swedish medical center are leading the way in a minimally invasive procedure for seniors with a leaky heart valve.
After facing a life-threatening heart condition, Arlington Carter has only one thing on his mind right now: his next tee time.
I was out to the golf course this morning swinging for the first time in 4.5 years.
Carter had a leaky heart valve, also known as valve regurgitation. The condition happens when the mitral valve doesn't close properly, which causes blood to flow backwards instead of forward. This pushes blood back to the lungs.
Once you get above 80, the risk of something bad happening during or even after the surgery becomes much, much higher.
Left untreated, about 57% of patients with leaky heart valves may not survive 1 year. That's why Carter's cardiologist opted to use a mitral valve clip. With it,
we're able to take care of people 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond.
During surgery, Carter's doctors used an echocardiogram to locate the leaky valve and determine the best place to secure the clip. Then,
the clip is inserted through a small incision in the groin. We snake this device up through the femoral vein and up to the heart.
And by doing this, most patients are able to go home same day, and they start feeling so much better.
The mitral clip really revolutionized how we treat this condition.
There's just a light year of difference. I feel great.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
Leaky heart valve is a condition that affects 1 in 10 Americans over the age of 75. Swedish is leading the way in treating it, and the hospital's cardiology department recently completed their landmark 500th clip procedure. 5:55 on this Tuesday morning. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique. And today's pet is Bear. Sometimes called Bear Bear. He's about 9 years old and was adopted from a kill shelter, so now he lives his best life. He enjoys walks on the beach and sleeping whenever he wants. And Bear was submitted to us by Kelly, so thank you for sending us some great pictures there of Bear. And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special. Take a look at your screen. You can email us at content@wrde.com. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. Don't forget, every Sunday, if you go to our Facebook page, you can see the pets we will feature for the upcoming week. And we're going to bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey for a look at First Alert weather. And what's shaping up so far is a pretty good Tuesday.
Yeah, so far so good. Great start to the month of August. Watch out for areas of patchy fog this morning, but that'll burn off mid-morning. There are a few mid to high-level clouds, but then we'll see lots of sunshine today. Lower humidity with a north-northeast wind and highs into the low 80s, maybe even some mid-80s. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 84 today. Look at that low Wednesday morning. We're looking at 60 degrees, even some upper 50s. 83 Wednesday, maybe a few storms later Thursday. A better chance of a soaking rain on Friday. We'll have to watch that. Weekend, I think, does clear out. Maybe some morning rain Saturday. Otherwise, sunshine mid to upper 80s. And then the 90s, we knew they were coming back. And they're back early next week. Maybe some storms on Monday.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, deadly crash investigation. The 3-car collision in Delmar that results in the death of a woman, leaving a teenager in critical condition.
And a proposed increase in police staffing, why the town of Dewey Beach is considering adding officers.